We've been walking for hours. We've got to quicken our pace. The Lich King is defenseless without us.
I left many of my warriors at Icecrown before I came to find you, Death Knight. They will hold the line for as long as they are able.
Tell me, where are all of your people? Shouldn't there be Nerubians around here, undead or otherwise?
I've been wondering about that myself. Something must have driven them all off.
We did, you rotting bastards! We've been watching you all along!
Muradin's dwarves. Impossible. Doesn't anyone stay dead anymore?
We've been wandering this forsaken land ever since you killed Muradin and left us to rot Arthas. Our leader, Baelgun, led us into the ruined city to survive. But there's no way we're letting you in.
We have no time for these games. Saphiron, attack! Well done, mighty Saphiron. I wish we could take you with us, but the confines of the Dark Earth are no place for you.
The Lich King's time is running short. We must hurry. Speak.
Speak, fool.
I have heard the summons. You rang.
No one orders me around.
For Kazmadan!
A pint for every ghoul you blast!
Speak, fool. Your pains are legendary. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it.
Set off the charges! Blow the bridge before they get across!
No! Stop them before they...
That was for Muradin. Now you'll never get across.
There are other passages through the labyrinth, Death Knight. We will find another way.
Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
I'll consume the living and the dead. Speak.
What is it now? I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it. Faithless coward. Finally.
summons. Indubitably.
Speak, fool. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. At last. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. I'll make sure you suffer.
I'll see to it. Raid. Oblivion awaits. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Feel the venom of Nerub.
These Nerubians are your kin. Why are they hostile to us?
Many of us who fell during the War of the Spider were brought back to serve the Lich King. These warriors, however, never died. Foolishly, they still fight to liberate Nerub from the Scourge.
I'll make sure you suffer. For the Lich King. Now, Frostmourne. Faithless coward. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. At last. What is it now? Your pain shall be legendary. Faithless coward. Now, Frostmourne. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Tread lightly. This is more like it. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. This place looks like an old storage silo. It's a dead end, Nubarak.
There must be a hidden passage somewhere. We Nerubians were crafty engineers in our time.
Finally.
My might cannot be matched. Oblivion awaits.
Speak, fool. I'll make sure you suffer. Now, Frostmourne. No one orders me around. For the Lich King. You will know endless torment.
This is an ancient Nerubian hoarding cell. We kept most of our treasures hidden in chambers like this. The passage to the lower depths lies just beyond this room.
Great. As long as we're here, we can take some of these items with us. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. For the Lich King. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Ah, at last. What is it now? This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it.
I have heard the summons. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Raid. I'll see to it. Kinky.
Gold. We should take this with us.
I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Oblivion awaits! Raid. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the
Speak,
living
fool.
and the dead.
Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. No one orders me around.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
Speak. My might cannot be matched. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Indubitably.
Speak, fool.
I have heard the summons.
Tread lightly. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. Tread lightly. For the Lich King.
My might cannot be matched. Feel the venom of Nerub.
What is it now? No one orders me around. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. Ah, at last.
Don't even try it, you bastard! That there treasure belongs to the dwarves!
This treasure belongs to the Lich King, little creature. We, his servants, shall take what we will.
Tread lightly.
Speak. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
I have heard the summons.
Tread lightly.
This is for Meriden, you bastards!
This is more like it.
I serve only the frozen throne. Time is fleeting.
What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. No one orders me around.
My might cannot be matched. By Nerub. Kinky.
Speak, fool. Finally. This is more like it.
It's them! Blast them!
Faithless coward. Oh,
I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I have heard the summons.
no one orders me around. For the Lich King. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Raid. Proceed. By Nerub. Time is now. By Nerub. I serve only the frozen
Tread
throne.
lightly. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah.
Damned undead! Slay 'em all!
This is more like it. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Finally.
Speak. By Nerub.
No one orders me around.
I await. What's done is done. You may feel a sting.
What is it now?
I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. Oblivion awaits! Proceed.
No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers.
Shoot anything that shuffles or skitters!
Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
You rang. Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. What is it now? This is more like it. Speak, fool. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last. Now, Frostmourne, your pain shall be legendary. Faithless coward. Tread lightly. Finally. This
More
is
gold. This might help us later.
Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer.
I'll see to it. Kinky.
No one orders me around.
By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. Kinky. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll see to it.
More gold. Take all you can carry.
I'll see to it. Feel the venom of Narub. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. Indubitably. By Narub.
I remember you, evil prince. You're the one that killed poor Nuradin.
Get over it already.
I won't let you through this door, traitor. The recent quakes have awakened dark things under the ice. Ancient, horrid things. We vowed to keep them locked where they are.
We'll take our chances, dwarf. We're going through that door, one way or another.
Indubitably. Kinky. Raid. Indubitably. Oblivion awaits. I'll see to it.
Tread lightly. What is it? Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Fitness counter. Frostmourne hungers.
I'll consume the living and the dead.
No one orders me around. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. What is it now? This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
Indubitably. I'll see to it. For for the frozen throne!
Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
Proceed. Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. You will know endless.
I'll consume the living and the dead.
Speak, fool. This is more like it.
Make your choice for the Spider Kingdom.
What is it now? Speak, fool. Now, Frostmourne. Ah, at last. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now?
The air smells awful in here. Something doesn't feel right.
If the dwarf's story was true, there's no telling what awaits us in the darkness. This stairwell leads into the heart of the old Nerubian Empire. We must be cautious.
By all means. You first.